All right, remember, you have 1 to 2 minutes, so don't worry if I stop you. Can you start, please?
Okay, the place where I was last week was Dubai, and I was there because I was visiting my best friend. So what I really like about Dubai was the fact that I was there visiting my friend, and I found it a very great place. It's not so far from Spain, first of all, and um, it has many contrasts to Dubai because you have a lot of poor people, a lot of rich people. There's no middle class there, and the places you go, it's the typical Dubai places with too much gold and much glamour. And on the other hand, you have the typical places. It reminds me Pakistan. I lived in Pakistan a couple of years of my life when I was young. It reminds me Pakistan or Sri Lanka, or there are a lot of people from there, because I think in Dubai you have 85% of the people living there are immigrants, and you have a lot of people from Pakistan, from Sri Lanka, from Philippines. Um, I think they need so much immigrants to build a city. That's what they are doing there. One thing that it's not, I found it a problem in Dubai, was the fact that there are a lot of cranes everywhere, so there are no buses, there are no subways, so you have to take the car for everything. Going to the supermarket, taking the kids to school, and going to work. So there are a lot of traffic everywhere. You can maybe not so far away, but you spend an hour in a car.
Okay, thank you. Very good. And do you expect to go there again?
I hope so. I hope so. Now she will come to Spain, and I hope to go again.
Okay, we've been talking about an interesting city you have visited, and now I'd like to ask you 1 or 2 more general questions about this.
Okay.
Let's consider, first of all, cities and the countryside. What are the main advantages of living in cities?
Well, I think one of the better things living in a city is that everything is close at hand, and you don't have to take a car to go to cinema, to a supermarket, to school. So just everything is walking distance for me,
And do you think some things are better in the countryside?
Of course, one of the better things in the countryside, living in the countryside, is the fact that you have more contact with the nature. When you have kids, for example, I think living in the countryside is much better for them. Riding bikes, playing with friends.
So why do you think so many people choose to live in cities?
Everything is easier. Everything is easier, close at hand, and you have a lot of, I think for young people and older people, you have theaters, cinemas. For young people is nightclubs, discos, and for kids or families, you have shoppings, or everything is better and easier. If you live in the countryside, you have to take the car for everything.
Okay. So do you think cities are more suitable for young people to live in than older people?
Without doubt. Yeah, because they prefer to be in contact with friends. If they study, go to university, to meet people in a club or in bars. For example, Barcelona has a lot of night life, and it's wonderful.
And do you agree that transport is the biggest problem in cities?
It's one of the biggest problems. Yeah, it's one of the biggest problems because, and not for example in Barcelona or in Madrid, big cities from Spain, because everything is very controlled and the traffic is not a problem. But for example in Buenos Aires in Argentina where I am from, people drive like crazy. Not as in Italy, but drive like crazy, and well, it's a big problem there. It's a big problem.
Okay. And in what ways do you think city life could be improved for everyone?
I think that one of the points that I think it's very important in a city, it's the cleanliness. I think, for example, Barcelona has made a lot of things improving cleanliness. When you go to Barcelona, you see a very clean city, and that's one of the things that love uh, the tourists from Barcelona. Not, for example, in Buenos Aires, where you can't find that. The water there is very dirty, and for example, here you find beaches, very nice beaches, that one of the typical Mediterranean beaches, and that is, I think that is one of the points that could be improved to attract tourists. City.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the
You're
speaking
welcome.
test.
Thank you.